Wow. So very warm greetings to you again. Thank you for joining us in this very important conversation concerning Umunya in Oyi government area of Anambra State. My name is Ogochukwu Chidebereweke, and I am privileged to be joined again by a man that I already told you, is my mentor and big brother, Engineer Dr. Nwachukwu Ilangose. You're very welcome, sir. Thank you so much for making time.
Here.
Yes, sir.
I thank you for inviting me, and it's my pleasure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In fact, last week you gave us a full dose. You gave us so much to think about, so much to learn, and you need to have seen me, feeling like one informed village man like that.
It's quite my pleasure being on this show, on this program.
Yes, sir. In fact, the conversation yesterday, you have no idea how proud you made me, to feel about where I come from, and the information that you gave to us to also pass on to our children. It's just an absolute privilege. And from some of the things you shared last time we met, a few, questions came up from the viewers. It was amazing that a lot of people actually watched, and some of them are not from Umunya. Some of them are not even Nigerians. And it was just so inspiring. And it tells me as well that we're educating a lot of people, about where we come from, and also inspiring them to find out a lot more about their background. So one of the questions that came up is about the children of Umunya, and of course the grandchildren. It was the villages in Umunya were named after the grandchildren of Umunya, but they pointed out the fact that it would seem that Ifite had more children, than Ezi and Ikenga. And they were wondering if it was the case that they had more children, or, what happened and how come it is only one from Ezi and two from Ikenga, that the villages in Umunya were named after.
Okay, I will answer that question straight. Ezi had many brothers. Ezi Umunya had many brothers, but the villages then that were founded by those brothers became extinct because of communal wars.
Okay.
But that's why Ezi Umunya is the descendant of Ezi right now.
Okay. So you mean Ezi had many children?
Yes.
Okay.
As of today, the villages I knew when I was small, I knew of Okuro.
Okuro, wow.
To go for firewood.
Okay.
Yes, so they are now extinct because of wars.
Wow.
That killed them, yes. And Ikenga had two children, Odumodwenu and Odumodwana.
Okay.
So because of that, the only surviving son of Ezi is Ezi Umunya.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, if it still had those children.
Okay. Wow. So like you were saying, some of these villages actually went extinct in your time.
Yes, not in my time. I knew Okuro then was no longer existing by the time I was born.
Okay.
But whenever we came to the village and wanted to go and fetch firewood, there were days people we are forbidden from visiting there. Because people are spirit we are operating there. Most of those people who lived there before.
Okay.
They are operating there. Today, Okuro is a housing estate, and I'm sure those spirits are not disturbing anybody who is living there.
Okay. Wow. Thank you so much. And then the second issue is about, the dogs. There were a number of animals that you mentioned, which are not, reared in Umunya. The rearing of those animals are not permitted. But some of the viewers singled out the dog and wondered if you would shed some more light on the issue of why dogs are not being reared in Umunya, or were not being reared in Umunya. Because
Dogs.
you felt there was something more mystical about it than what you explained.
There was nothing mystical about dog not being reared in the community.
Okay.
Long ago, dogs were reared until a dog beat somebody to death.
I see.
So it was now forbidden.
Okay. Okay.
And as I said, recently people started rearing dogs again.
Yes.
Yes. Now, last year, dog beat someone to death.
Again.
Again, yes. So I don't think anyone can still rearing it again.
Wow.
So
okay.
The matter is the dog was forbidden because of its ability to kill somebody.
Okay.
Those that have rabies and other diseases.
Sure. So it's not as if it is associated with any deity or anything like that.
Whatsoever.
Wonderful.
The pig is also not associated with any deity, but pig ate a child.
Wow.
A toddler. That's why it was forbidden.
Okay.
Then the dog.
Yes, sir.
Was not associated with any deity, but because he could eat so much.
Yes.
If he ate so much, it used to cause quarrel between housewives.
Yes.
And that's why it was forbidden from being reared.
Okay. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. I would have loved to ask a few questions again with regards to the recap, but I know that
okay. The ones we don't know that we don't know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So with regards to the big cats, we also talked about the big cats, and we have these titles of Obuago and Obuefi and that. And one of the viewers asked a question, the difference between Odum and Ago. And
okay.
Yes.
We have Odum in our place means a lion.
Okay.
While Ago could go for leopard or tiger.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, so Odum means a lion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Ago is leopard. But it's interesting. How come we don't have anybody called Obu Odum?
How we don't have anyone in Odumodi?
No, anybody called Obu Odum, like you have Obu Ago and Obu Efi.
Well, we have I know, okay, not to an Umunya person. I know that someone is having the title of Obu Ago, Obu Odum. That is Senator Ifan Yoba.
Wow.
Obu Ago, both lion and tiger and leopard and
okay. Wow, this is very interesting. This is very interesting. Okay, so today we want to look at issues of festival, or the issue of festival in Umunya. We want to know the various festivals celebrated in Umunya and maybe what the occasion signifies, what brought about those festivals, and if there's any other thing we can learn from our festivals.
Okay, we have to discuss festivals because they are very important in any community.
Absolutely.
Yeah, previously we used to have so many festivals. We had Onwa Asato.
Okay.
We had Alomo, which is now called the Waji.
Okay.
We had Ufejioko.
Okay.
We had Isigo. We have a festival performed by young ladies.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but now most of those festivals are no longer there, observed. The only festivals that have not become extinct like others are the Isigo Festival.
Okay.
And the Ewaji, who is a New Yam Festival.
Okay.
So festivals then, the peak time of season. I mean, times of the year.
Okay.
Like the Onwa Asato, which simply means 8 months.
Yes, sir.
Time we used to rest after planting and doing other things.
Okay.
After yes, then the Isigu takes place in August, which by today's calendar is the 8th month.
Okay.
Because then there were 13 months.
Absolutely.
According to the moons. And every month is made up of 7 weeks.
Yes, sir.
And every week is made up of 4 days.
Yes, sir.
There are 4 days of the week, namely Eke, Oye, Afo, and Nkwo.
Yes, sir.
7 weeks means 28 days, and
Yes,
the
sir.
new week is expected after 28 days.
Yes, sir.
So when every new moon is heralded by the people, it's more or less a celebration too. The first people to sight the moon will shout.
Yes, sir.
There's a new moon. Everyone will rush out to start celebrating it. So today that is not done again.
Wow.
And within that new moon, the person who announces it will announce with his gong. He used to sit where he sits to sight the moon.
Yes.
So he will announce with the gong.
Okay.
And the New Yam Festival takes place. It usually takes place around August, September, depending on the time when the harvest is done. I think I was informed that the person, the custodian of the yam, that's the chief priest that is in charge of that.
Yes, sir.
Would eating one, they usually had 13 tubers of yam, which should be eaten after every new moon.
Wow.
And the last one, he will now announce. So he will announce the day after he has eaten the 12th yam. He announced the day for the celebration. So on that day, you guys coincide with the 13th yam. So now it is still done. The Omambala of the community, who is the Ezan,
Yes, exactly.
welcome to yam.
Okay.
What he calls Zero Tite.
Okay.
So that's called Alomo.
Please say that again, sir.
Alomo.
Alomo. Okay.
That's the old name, but the new name now
is
the
Ewaji.
Ewaji New Yam Festival, whatever it is called.
Okay.
But this one have Zero Tite, which is performed by the Omambala.
Okay.
The New Yam Festival, known to me now, the Igwe, who is the traditional ruler.
Yes, sir.
The New Yam Festival on the first day. Then his chiefs, the cabinet chiefs called the cheers, perform the second day.
Yes.
Then the various words for the various words. Then the heads of families will perform the third day.
Yes, sir.
Then Isigu is usually celebrated in July.
Okay.
As on a particular Sunday of July. Okay. I think that's the Sunday of Afo.
Okay.
The first on Afo Market Day.
Wow.
That's when the Isigu is celebrated. Wow. So a lot of masquerades are there for the celebration. Once it is announced, which is 7 market days, that's 28 days from the actual day of the ceremony, it's announced that it will also start the masquerade will start being seen. Wow. But usually small masquerades, yes. Then on the festival days of Friday, Saturday, then the Sunday, the big day. So many masquerades are all over the place.
Wow.
The Afo, as I said, the community is easy and the Kenga, the biological children of India. But for administrative purposes, it's conveniently divided into Akanano,
okay,
Opoko, and Umunya.
Okay.
Akanano is made up of Umunya, Opu, Amazike, and Kunu.
Okay.
While Opoko is made up of Ojobi, Umuebo, Ajapane, and Isioye.
Okay.
While Odumodu is made up of Odumodu and Odumoduana.
All right.
So the masquerades usually perform most at Afo. Afoboko. Yeah, which originally Afoboko was dedicated as a market was dedicated to art debate.
Okay.
As most masquerade perform most during that festival, but all over the streets, everywhere masquerades are seen.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is as it concerns the issue. There used to be Fejioko.
Okay.
Fejioko used to be a season before planting.
Okay.
It's actually done, or it's immediately after planting. Please, immediately after planting, not before planting.
Okay.
So that is the time previously when people were initiated into the masquerade society.
Okay.
Today, Fejioku is believed to have been replaced with Easter. So that people, nobody celebrates Fejioku again, but the period falls as if within the Easter celebration. Okay. So sometimes you can see masquerade that is Easter masquerade.
I see.
So those are the festivals that have been performed. So the one done by young ladies' daughter.
Yes, sir.
Festival, young ladies used to come together, bring food together, eat. That was no longer being done. Of course, that was today. So many things to make people not to eat together. Lack of trust, enmity between individuals and families. Even some young ladies contesting a man may not eat together. I can make it difficult now for you to say, young ladies, come together. Let us bring food together and eat from one plate and share to us. So a lot of things have actually gone wrong.
Yeah.
And, those are consequences of civilization.
Yeah. And while you were speaking, and you came to the Otta Festival, I was just saying to myself, that how can we preserve the legacy? If what we call civilization today has come in and seems to be destroying everything. Because this group is supposed to be with regards to Umuada, is it not?
That's the young ladies. I met them. I met the Otta Festival. Wow. At least in the 70s, in the 70s, maybe early 80s. The Otta Festival was being performed. So young ladies then had chastity as one of their landmarks. Any young lady that for any reason got pregnant out of wedlock would be punished, and so forth and so on.
Wow.
Young ladies were considered wayward, would be reprimanded, and a lot of things. Today, if you want to reprimand wayward young lady, that means you have to reprimand every young lady. We begin from dressing. We make people to mistake all of them for whatever they may not be. So that festival is no longer happening. But how the legacy will be preserved is what I don't know. Previously, so many things held us together.
Absolutely.
As a community. People wake up in the morning and go and fish water from streams.
Yes.
And by so doing, they had interaction. They take their bed there, return some buckets of water for their parents to use. So they interact, they know one another.
Yes.
But now, where are the streams? Everyone has a borehole in his compound.
So there's something that brings us together again.
Yes. People would, as I say, come out to herald the new moon. They come together.
Yes.
There are those people that do it. The traditional wrestling that people will come and watch and stay together is forgotten now. People will come and sweep village squares. No one comes to do that today. In fact, many of those village squares have either become crusade grounds or video watching center for a European league and what have you. So people no longer go to sweep them. People will go and pick other trees together.
Absolutely.
So now, if you enter somebody's house, the person who the other is located in his house must have fenced it and put a very big gate. So how can you enter there to go and pick other? Even if you enter to pick the tree, the man can catch you and say that you have come to plant something.
Absolutely.
In his compound.
That's very true.
So you see that so many things have gone wrong.
Yes.
So it becomes impossible. Those interactions that used to bring people to make them know them one another, to associate the football matches, the local wrestling, the Ijele masquerades, and what are no longer being done. So no more time for such association. If you can only know someone today, it is your classmates.
Yes, so
that is not that. You can be you may not even know your nieces and nephews.
That is very
you may be only on Facebook and on WhatsApp.
That is very true.
Not to talk of knowing one's cousins. But within our own time, we knew all our cousins, even our second, third cousins, fourth cousins. We knew them. Yeah, knew her. Today, how do you know somebody that was born in Australia, grown in Australia, and never touched? Even when he comes to the community, you are not there. You are in your own location also. So how do you know him? So many things have gone wrong and made the relationship difficult. We interact through WhatsApp, we interact through Facebook, we interact through other social media has become the means of interaction. So
that is true.
That is that.
But maybe we're going to have another episode where we discuss recommendations on how we can actually break some of these barriers, because I mean, it means clearly that if you saw the Altar Festival and it is extinct now, it means that one day we might wake up and AYG will be gone, Isigu will be gone. And
it's very, very probable.
Wow.
It's very probable that it will be gone. For example, as I said, somebody, okay, Opu, yes, that has to do with the AYG has been erected as a monument, and it's still there. One day, some youth can wake up, go and cut down the tree and say that is what is disturbing their progress in life. It's possible. It has happened in so many places. All it requires is one prophet or pastor to wake up and say that tree is the cause of somebody's failure in life.
Oh boy.
Business. And then trouble starts. So many problems are there. The Ofala Festival is equally a festival.
Yes.
At least introduced by the British. So the traditional rulers who later came into the picture can now have that festival. Not enshrined as an annual or biannual, or it's whenever it has enough money, or it costs a lot of money.
Absolutely.
That decides to us to celebrate the Ofala. And there is another good ceremony, that a recent one, that at least brings people together.
Yes.
Yes. So maybe one day, as you said, Isigu can be gone.
Yes.
Isigu is the deity. Although I've not been there, I don't know where it's right. But one day, some people can wake up that they want to burn or destroy the deity. It's as simple as that.
Goodness.
They will come with petrol and whatever. A priest, either a Christian pastor or priest will lead them, and off they go. Go there, chant some songs and cut down the tree and uproot everything and burn or whatever they see there. And that's the end of the matter. So anything can be gone at any time. Yes.
I guess that it's a discussion and an issue that we will investigate further into, because there should be rights, and legislation that should preserve some of these things. I mean, in other jurisdictions, even in Europe, these things are preserved and nobody has touched them. In fact, people take pride in them and would actually visit those places and identify with some of those things as it pertains to the history of their people.
Yes.
Civilization doesn't seem to have done so well for us in that regard.
But that should not make us to erode our history.
Absolutely.
I will not worship in the Isigu shrine. I may not worship there, but I will not be glad for anyone to go and destroy it.
Yes.
As a Roman Catholic, I will not be happy for anyone to come and burn down the church.
Absolutely.
But he believes that the church is responsible for this downfall in life.
That is true.
So in the same way, as an Umunya person, I will not be happy for us to come and destroy our heritage.
That is true.
The Constitution of Nigeria permits freedom of worship.
Absolutely.
But so many people do not recognize that, particularly when fanaticism and today people are being brainwashed by some emergent pastors and priests. You know, all I need to do if I feel I'm down financially is to advertise myself somewhere as a prophet. And prophecy is good.
Yes.
Preaching the word of God, I take delight in it.
Yes.
But if all I do is to bring people and tell them who is responsible for their failure, who is killing them, the wicked people in their families, and they don't usually go beyond their immediate families.
You're preaching, sir. You're preaching.
Is that is the father or the mother or the brother or the wife or the stepmother mostly? It used to usually be stepmother or uncle. And so many families are in disarray because of that.
Yes. And disintegrating terribly.
Yes. Once you have any business, any problem with your business, and you go and meet those people, I always call them marabouts. You go and meet those marabouts. They come out with your brother who is killing you. They will never go beyond. As visioners, they don't ever see your own errors. They don't ever see your lack of organization. They don't ever see your lack of planning. They don't ever see
discipline.
Yes. They don't ever see you being in wrong business. They don't ever see your personal habits that cause you to mismanage income funds. They always see people who are causing you a problem. And they always look at people who are your closest people that you run towards when you have problem. And identify them as the ones causing you a problem. And then make you that they put you in a very big trouble. You don't have anyone to assist you. Because your people, your loved ones are the ones that they make you to be afraid of and start running away from. So people don't visit their hometown because they always say that witches and wizards from their countries are responsible for their problems. And people start running away from their hometown. But wherever you run to is another person's hometown. If witches and wizards can be in that person's hometown. but they don't seem to imagine that. They don't seem to think that.
You're preaching good, sir.
Those are the experiences we are having.
That is true. That is very true. In fact, sincerely, this is going to be a whole different episode. Sincerely, this is worth discussing, and I'm hoping that we'll have so many people listening in on that day. Now, there's also an issue that came up last week, and as we were talking about the Ichies, it came up when the issue of Ichie is mentioned in Igbo land. There are some people that use them to refer to the ancestors, and we also know that the Ichies as well, are members of the cabinet of the king.
Yeah.
And so where would you put Ichies in this situation? Do they belong to the class of Nzenozo? Are they ancestors, or are they just members of the king's cabinet, or do they represent all three categories?
Okay. Ichies have many definitions.
Okay.
Yeah. Ichie is a member representing a ward. A member of the traditional cabinet is called an Ichie.
Okay.
That one means a noble.
Yes, sir.
He must have taken the Ozo title and would either be elected by his ward to represent them, okay, or be chosen appointed by the traditional ruler,
okay,
into the cabinet.
Okay.
That's he's an Ichie.
Okay. Okay.
But equally was used to refer to ancestors. Those are the guardians.
Yes, sir.
The guardian angels, sort of, the guardian spirits.
Okay.
So that the cheers, so that everyone, the inside an Obi, for example.
Yes, sir.
There are cheers representing the departed.
Okay.
Ancestors.
Okay.
So when they are making libation, they call upon them for their intervention.
Yes, sir.
It is believed that they are the ones intervening.
Okay.
In Igbo land, there's a worship, there's a supreme deity,
Yes, sir.
who is the Chineke.
Yes,
Chukwuokike,
sir.
Abiyama, whatever it is.
Yes, sir.
That is supreme God.
Yes, sir.
Then those Ichias are believed to be the angels, the errand boys.
Okay.
So that just like in the Catholic Church, sainthood is not for anyone who is parted.
Yes.
It's the same thing.
Yes, sir.
The Ichias, there are people that you cannot carve their Ichias and hang, for instance, people who died out of suicide.
Yes, sir.
People who died out of swelling.
Okay.
And others.
Okay.
So they want to not carve but for other departed now, they could carve symbols representing them and put there so that they can be called upon. Libations are made to them. They are invited for their intervention in certain circumstances.
Wow.
They decide to, one is traveling, he can go and take the shares that he's traveling and appeal to them to guide him.
Absolutely.
Like when there's warfare and anything. So those are also issues. So those are two categories of the spiritual issues and the physical issues. Each of them being representatives. I represent the kindred in a physical meeting, I mean a word in a physical meeting, yes, or representing families in spiritual meetings.
Yes, sir.
What is that? Yes.
Wow. Okay. So fundamentally here, apart from the ancestors or the people who have gone ahead of us, for you to be an Ichie, like a member of the King's Cabinet, you must be an other title holder.
Yes, you must have the other title. Yes.
Wow.
For you to qualify to be in the cabinet.
Yes.
And Ichie, there are other people who you can be chief.
Okay.
Without being an Ichie.
Yes, sir.
So like they can appoint anybody, even a non-Igbo man.
Yes.
I know Ibrahim, the former deputy senate president, had a traditional title from the committee.
Okay.
Abiola Ajimobi, the former governor of your state,
okay, had
a title, and so forth. But they are not natives, and they couldn't be members of the Ulster Society here. But so they are not states. They don't represent any words.
Yes, sir.
So those are chiefs who were honored for their performance and whatever.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wow. Wow. And an Ichie, before he makes it into the cabinet of the king, has got to have been nominated from his clan or
your wards.
Okay.
Your ward. Let's say your father was our Ichie before.
Yes, sir.
Your father Ichie Ziokubundu was one representing our wards.
That is true.
In the cabinet.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He had another title. Of course, his father Ugobuzwe had another title.
Absolutely.
And then he had another title. Based on the other title, our ward shows him.
Okay.
To represent us.
Okay.
But there are still others that we are not choosing by the word, but was appointed by the traditional. He has some slots.
Okay.
That were allocated to him that he can appoint and so number into the cabinet.
Okay.
While every ward will choose somebody to represent. Absolutely. So that is that's how it goes.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Wow. So so back to the issue of the festivals.